Prof is a rapper from Minneapolis, I believe. I think he's on that flyer over there. That Murs and Prof, they went on tour together for the Paid Dues tour. Yeah, they were. Anyways, they came here. We were a part of that. We promoted it actually, but Prof was removed from Billboard potentially because he's independent. His new album, I believe, is called "Good Time Boy." Sold 30,000 independent physical copies. Mm-hmm. Only to be disqualified by Billboard over hidden mid-campaign rule changes, apparently. At least that's what he says. So let's check this out, and then we'll talk about it a little bit further.
Kind of sounds like the same thing happened in Little Russell.
Yeah, yeah.
We have been disqualified from the Billboard charts.
Yeah,
so I spent a lot of time on the phone with good people, perplexed business dudes, managers, all apologizing to me, telling me in their 20 years in the business of releasing records the exact same way, they've never seen this. The truth is, the only reason this happened is because I'm independent and we sold so many physical copies of Good Time Boy. So the Billboard charts have a certain set of ever-changing rules that you have to abide by if you want to be on their chart. It costs $30,000 a year to even see these rules. They're not public. And these rules change all the time. One rule changed in the middle of my campaign. One rule we got disqualified for. We sold CDs in a bundle rather than a add-on. Sick, bro, sick. This wasn't no buy a piece of merch, get a free record attached along to it. Nah, we sold every single album standalone purely off the merit and the quality of the record. And y'all bought it that way. I've released records like this, Horse, Powderhorn Suites. They charted exactly. I released them exactly the same. They charted on the Billboard charts just fine. Other distribution companies I've talked to said they've been releasing records exactly like I have for decades and have never seen anything like this. So what y'all are witnessing is a 100% targeted response to y'all buying so many physical albums. The good news is this. So whether they like it or not, or the Billboard chart says it happened, bitch, we sold over 30,000 copies. And number two, this has been a reminder of why I chose independence. Yes, like I wanted that world championship, you know what I'm saying, #1 rap record in the world, to beat them at their own game. I chose to work for you. And if you've made it this far, like that's what it boils down to for me right now, is being grateful for you.
Hey man, shout out to him.
Yeah, props.
Shouts to Prof. So
I've met him too. Yeah.
He's one of those artists that the first time I saw him, I was like, he's kind of goofy. But he dropped some really fun, enjoyable records, and he's got some real shit too. So I like his stuff. If Billboard alters rules mid-release to block Prof's 30,000 independent sales, are the charts officially rigged for major labels? How do you look at this?
It's been like that.
Yeah.
They're going to rig it for the people who are willing to play the game and who pay the fee to play the game. Like I said, we've seen the same thing with LaRussell.
I don't remember what happened with LaRussell. What happened there? Right.
Expressing he wanted to meet a goal that had something to do with influencing people to buy it because of that goal he was trying to meet. Go ahead.
Didn't Tyler and Khaled get into it or something about bundles?
Tyler and Khaled got in. Tyler and Khaled got into it because Khaled said that Tyler makes mysterious music.
No, it was Travis Scott, because he came out like the same time as Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, like he sold more because he was actually selling them bundles, like it came with a T-shirt.
Yeah, and that Kylie was helping promote it.
Yeah,
and he was trying to say that was funny business because Kylie is this social figure and she's helping promote it and things of that nature. But yeah, go ahead, Jay. My bad.
No, and the thing is, I remember the first time something like this happened was I want to say it was Prince and Musicology. Like basically, you know, every time for everybody who bought a ticket, they got a CD.
Album. Yep.
You know, and so that pushed him to the top of the Billboard. You know, and after that, like there's always got to be a change because there are new rules. Like I remember Jay-Z used to, you know, when he was on Samsung,
Samsung
it was the whole Samsung thing. And then it was, he did the whole
U2.
thing.
Everybody had the U2 album.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a nasty business. But but if you had a Samsung, you might have thought the same thing about getting a Jay-Z album sent straight to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when 444 came out, remember you had to have Tidal to listen to 444.
I'm okay with that.
Stream it. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I didn't have to look at, and that's how I wanted with Tidal.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anything else, that's restrictive.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing really is people who, are not playing the game. And there's still some people who are trying to hold on to their ability to gatekeep. And that's what Billboard is.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he didn't get the money for the 30,000 just because they're not counting it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if like people can have certain movements and it influence their charts, then it's going to, because there used to be more places where you could, see the how records were doing. There used to be, Cashbox was as much of an influencer as Billboard. And most people don't even know what Cashbox is at this point. So I don't know. I'm just one of those people that like, hey man, you did the work. You are seeing the profit. Just because it's not on their particular platform, that doesn't mean that you didn't sell those 30,000 and people didn't believe in your music, because you have to believe in somebody's music to buy their physical copy of anything.
For sure. And he kind of said that at the end there.
Yeah.
With charting rules hidden behind like a 30K paywall, which this is the first that I've heard of this. Does this mean anything towards how us as hip hop commentators and things of that nature treat Billboard as some sort of legitimate metric?
Yeah, I would say I want to kind of pivot back to Prof selling 30,000 copies on his own.
Okay.
That trumps whatever Billboard is going to give to you. So props to him for selling 30,000 copies.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
If your
it's 2
goal,
million, 20 million streams or something.
Yes, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If your end goal or your point is to try to get the accolades, I understand that leaving a sour taste in your mouth. But you being able to sell 30,000 physical copies or digital copies of your album in today's day and era, being the type of artist that you are, that's a win in itself.
Absolutely.
So
Lizzo would have been happy with that.
Come on, man. So Billboard can really kiss my ass at that point.
Yeah.
And then in the same sentence, if you've sold 30,000 copies, and you take $1 from each one of those copies that you sold, if you want to get those accolades, go ahead and drop that $30,000 to be recognized if that's what you want.
Sure.
At the end of the day, I don't think it really matters, especially to his fans. His fan base doesn't care about him being recognized by Billboard. Now, if him wanting to grow his fan base, yeah, I understand that. You want to get that Billboard look in order to do that. But back to having to pay $30,000. Go ahead.
But with that, it's not pay $30,000 to be on Billboard. It's pay $30,000
to access
to see what the rules are. Apparently,
just to see the rules. Yeah,
that's the part that that I was.
Yeah, that is
news,
a little
that's
strange
news to me.
Yeah, that's strange for.
I don't know what that means.
That pretty much just means that you're policing.
I mean, I know that much. I guess I don't. Why would there be a monetary value or like associated with this? That's the part I just don't understand.
Because it can be.
Yeah.
Is there a monopoly? At the end of the day, people look to Billboard for validation.
Yeah.
So if we're the only or one of the only of like what 3 proprietary situations that you deem to look at as far as clout, so to speak, then yeah, they're gonna put a price tag on that. So
that's so
it's
foul.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, but they can get away with it. So at the end of the day, hey man, them
the rules are whatever I say they are.
Yeah, keep selling out the trunk if that's what you got to do, man.
I remember years ago, I when I sat down with my Creative to Creative series, I sat and talked with Skip, and we've got a few records coming that we've been working on and whatnot. But like, I remember when I was interviewing him, I asked him what one of his bigger goals was for the project he's working on. He's like, man, I want to chart on Billboard. He's like, I want to get up there. And I feel like it's kind of in the same type of way as like a Grammy type of a way. Sometimes you just want that thing. But realistically, like, it's one of those things that I really wish artists would stop chasing. because I don't think there's really any value to it outside of just that inherent I can check this off the list type thing. You know what I mean?
Listen, chase a worldwide fan base.
Yeah, man.
If I can reach you on any continent, I could care less what a Billboard got to say about me, because I can still go out and reach my people, and people here might not know who I am, but I'm overseas getting money and flexing my craft and doing what I love because they appreciate what I'm doing, versus a Billboard who, again, it boils down to being a corporate entity, is going to put certain push on certain artists because it makes them look better.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, your fan base and your circle who you create is worth a lot more than wanting to be on Billboard or any chart for that matter.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, have any of you ever picked up a Billboard magazine?
Never. Not once. I have no plans to. Never. I've always, even when we've talked about numbers on the show, I mean, I've always just like, who cares?
Yeah. The only reason I have is because
obviously I get it.
Yeah. I used to read the trades because they came to the radio station for free. I read that and BRE and whatever else would come to.
But that's like super niche.
But yeah, exactly. And quite honestly, like if I like a song, I don't care what it's doing on Billboard. I've never been like, oh, well, I really like it more now that it's, Olivia Dean, I don't like her anymore now that now she's got, she stayed in the Billboard top 20 all this time. It's not like that makes me like her more and hope that she comes to Indianapolis so I can buy a ticket to see her.
I have another random, go ahead.
I was about to say, there was one list that I used to always go to growing up, and that was the back of Jet magazine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That meant something to me.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the list that Jay Moore used to send out pre-COVID with a list of songs was very helpful to DJs out here. And I would use his list, and like say I had to go DJ a top 40 event. I don't with top 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I would use Billboard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is if I needed a top 40 type of situation. I was hired specifically for that, and that's the only reason I'm going to use it. But yeah, Jay Moore's list was on point.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get it in the club and have a little mixture of shit, he was going to give you what you wanted. So shout out to him. And
that makes sense for that situation. That is a very particular two reasons it makes sense. DJing to understand what a general consensus of a top 40 generalized party or corporate event or whatever versus somebody who can provide that. Like that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.